Okay guys, so welcome back. This video I'm just going to be doing some photographs and some like a slideshow style video of how I'm making this area. This is the yard area for my friends up at FCD. There's one of their signs there that I've done up. So this is going to be their compound yard. So what I had to do is at the front here I've widened up the entranceway, so I've got to redo the white markings just along there. So yeah, this section is all sorted. So this is pretty much ready to rock now. So what I'll do is I'll take you down this end and show you how I've made this concrete area. So what I've done, first of all, apologies for the two stroke outside. First of all, what you need is a load of matchsticks. These are just the arts and crafts ones. In a big bag like this, I think I got 2,000 for about £2 or £3 from the range in Exeter. What I've done is I glued them down with PVA glue, and at sections throughout I've also done cross pieces, so you can just make out here. There's one there, there's one on the joint between the two baseboards there as well. I think there's one just about there as well. So all this is just filler, regular household interior filler. You can go and use any kind of filler you want. I use the old traditional style white powder. This is Manager's. This was £4 for 2 kilos. I ran out of the ½ kilo box that I had, so I had to buy a whole new box just to do this little end section here. So when the fillet is dry, I started doing this, then I realised, hang on, I can make a video. Is you want to sand the filler back so you get a nice smooth surface, like over here. Don't worry about the black paint, that's just excess paint I had from when I touched up the black along there. So I thought I'd try and do a little bit of pre-shading, which sort of worked. I'll show you that in the final result. So what you want to do is, with some fine grade sandpaper, I'm using 180 grit and 1200 grit, as I'm taking this all back. So I'm losing about 20% of the filler that I actually put on, because when you put it on, obviously you're going to go over the matchsticks, everything, cover it up. Then when you sand it back, what you want to do is sand it back until you can see the tops of the matchsticks. Now I'm using an offcut of 2x2, or whatever the metric equivalent is. It's 47mm by 50mm by 3.2 meters. So, yeah, 2x2 and old money. So I got a nice flat piece of sandpaper, then at a slight angle so I don't destroy the rail there. I've been sanding at a slight angle going across, because if I put this here, the sandpaper is the same width as the filler, so that way I can get at a nice consistent level. So when you've done that with the 180 grit, which will leave some scuff marks in, not a great deal, just a couple of little ones, I went over with the 1200 grit. I brought it down to a really nice smooth surface. So then, once that was all dusted off, I used my ballasting brush. This is a paintbrush I've got just for my ballasting, because if you look at it, it fits between the rails absolutely perfectly. If I move it back here a bit so you can see it, it's literally just under the width of the sleepers. Oh, there we go. So I cleared all that off, and then I painted it grey with my Vagello paints and my airbrush. So this is just the standard grey that come with the starter pack I purchased. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing some weathering on it once I've painted the entire lot. And I'm also going to be putting in some markings, because when I've done my minibus license, and you have to do this with any form of bus, so minibus or your full bus license, and also your HGV licenses, you've got to get within certain areas. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be painting on some marker lines. I'm going to be buying some more of these little traffic cones, like there. I'm going to be putting out manoeuvre areas. So around here is just going to be customer parking. So if I use the Land Rover here, use a couple of the Land Rovers, so we've got some customer parking there. And then along here I'm going to have that skid pan area, the reversing areas, because FCD do all kinds of tests. I can have a CVT area with a moped, I can have a couple of little areas going on. I've got a little forklift truck in the back area behind my bed, which has still got some of my railway stuff in, so I'll put a couple of the forklifts on. So yeah, it should look good. So what I'll do is I'll show you what I've done over by the level crossing. If I move the dust sheet, or bin bag, whatever you want to call it, out of the way. So I've now got two of these yard lights, one that side, one this side. Again, the bases have been done with matchsticks and filler. So this is one that's been done. No, focus. There we go. So this is one that's been done. This was just using the excess paint from when I was mixing it up to airbrush on. So I'll show you what it looks like beforehand. That's what it looks like before. Again, if it'll focus. There we go. So these lights were from Kites Lights. Kytes Lights. They come with the resistors fitted. So if I show you underneath, so that's the resistor, and that's obviously the negative. And each one of these heads, I won't take them out because they're quite awkward to get in and out. Each one of these heads has got a small SMD LED in it, so that lights up the area perfectly. So what I'll also do is show you around. Again, station area hasn't changed whatsoever. So if we come around to the cul-de-sacs, I'll just move the vacuum cleaner out of the way. Go around to the cul-de-sacs, you can see these other lights I've got. These are just street lights. So I'll show you the pack of them. So I come back around here, out of the sun. So these street lights, they don't have the resistors fitted, but they do come with the resistors in the pack. There. So you get, on these ones, it was 6 lights for £10. And you can just about see that little yellow dot is the SMD. So they're really fine, and it's all made out of copper tubing, which is beautiful. So I've got 2 over by the cul-de-sacs, just down. I got they're not really in focus, but I've got one there, and I've got one at the end of my finger, just there. So these white ones are going to be painted silver, and these silver ones, some of them are going to be painted yellow, because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting them at intervals down the yard for FCD. But what I'm also going to be doing is between the lights, using some Code 100 rail from old set track, like this, which is broken from old train sets and train packs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my round file. I'm going to file in some semicircles, and I'm going to be making some railings to go between the lampposts. So if I just put that piece of rail down there, so I have a light roughly there. This is just a quick mock-up, guys. Got to get them out the bag. There we go. So you'll have light there, and rail going across. I've got some brass rod, which I can solder to the rail to make uprights. And then, just like in a railway depot, these are going to be going BR yellow, a warning panel yellow, same as the lights. That's just going to be standard rail match British Rail warning panel yellow. Okay, so I'll leave this little section for now, guys, and I'll put the photographs up so you can see what it looks like as I'm going through, and there'll be another bit of video at the end of this showing you the finished product, just before needing to wire it all up. So keep watching. The videos, the photographs are just to come.